What's going down, everybody? What is up, man? So if you watch my short video, you know another code popped up on the truck. So we're sitting out in the truck right now. Before we get started with it, I want to show you the thing scan, got it activated. I want to show you the codes that I got and what we got to do to fix it before we jump out there and get started. So let's turn this thing around. So here we go. You know about the temperature sensor codes, both of them. Now it threw this code and it threw the 2706, which is the MS solenoid circuit. Now, with that being stated, man, I'm not going to erase the codes, right? I'm going to wait until after I change the shift solenoid in the transmission. So this is what went down, just in case you didn't watch that short this morning. So I was driving the truck last night, took off from a red light. It shifted real hard, man. And then I looked down and it's stuck in fourth gear. I tried to shift it out of fourth. I tried to get it somewhere, do something with it. It wouldn't do anything. I got it home, killed the truck, waited literally 10 seconds, started the truck back up, and it went back into drive. It come out of fourth, so to speak. So I had to get my daughter from work. I went and picked her up, and it was long shifting. I mean, from first to second was long shifts. So I got out here this morning, put the thing scan on the truck, activation, bam, the P2706 code come up. I looked it up. It states that the transmission shift solenoid is malfunctioning. So I went down, I bought the shift solenoid and a transmission filter kit for this truck. Now, I am gonna save the fluid, reuse the old fluid with the new filter and the new shift solenoid. I'm going to check the transmission sensor because the parts house or O'Reilly's, that's who I use, does not even pull up anything for a transmission temperature sensor. So I'm going to look into that while I'm under there. Now, with all that being said, dude, we're going to jump out here. We're going to take the battery cable off. We're going to pump out as much fluid out of that pan as I can into a new pan. I went and bought a new drain pan. I'm gonna pump it into that, then we're gonna pull that pan and see what we can get into. So y'all sit back, enjoy the video. It's probably gonna be another long one, but we gotta get it done. So we took the battery off. With that being stated, you know it's gonna reset the code automatically. So we're gonna pump out as much fluid as we can before we get into this. See if we can't minimize the mess underneath the truck. There we go. Here we go. That oil is black, man. That stuff is dark. I'm telling you, man, whoever had this truck before me did not take care of this thing at all. So I'm doing this because I want to try to keep as much in here as I can and reuse, on top of the fact that, well, when I take it out underneath the truck, I don't want fluid all over the floor. I'm trying not to have fluid all over the floor, should I say. All right, guys, I'm not impressed with the color of that transmission fluid, but also at that point, man, if I change it out, I don't think it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna go back with it with new filters. I mean, it is what it is. So we're about to climb under here. We're gonna try to take this transmission pan off with the Y pipe still on there. I need to run up to the house and get some trash bags to wrap that pipe so I don't get a bunch of transmission fluid on it. So once we get under there, we'll click you back on, and then we're really about to get into this. All right, guys, so we're gonna start pulling this pan, these pan bolts out. They're 8mm. I believe there's 15 of them. So we're gonna pull them all out, leave the corners in, and then we'll pull the front ones out and loosen the back ones up back here. And then we'll just pop it, let it hang down. If anything comes out, we have our pan right here. We got all the bolts out, man. It's already starting to drip. I just got some plastic bags, wrap my exhaust. I don't want a bunch of that transmission fluid on there. So here we go. I'm gonna try to just give it a little tap. I only got my front bolts loose, they're not all the way out. So we're gonna see what we got. Y'all seen that I sucked out most of that transmission fluid. At least what I'm hoping is most of that transmission fluid. So here we go. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right.
We're good.
So I know I'm gonna lose some of my transmission fluid. That's a given. But I am trying to save a lot of it. So what I need to do is I need to swap these pans out, because this is the transmission fluid I'm trying to save right here. I know one thing, y'all, it's gonna get messy, I'm sure. So we're just gonna let this run for a minute. And then once we go to pull it all the way off, well, I guess at that point, we'll go with it, man. Hey, here we go, dude. We got the front bolts out, the back ones are still in. We're just gonna go slow, man, and hope for the best. All right, so that's most of it. So let me, we gotta rip these back bolts out. We're gonna pull this pan all the way out. Let's see if we can't get to them with our fingers. Probably not.
No.
So let me grab my socket. Here's my socket extension.
I got the pan.
All right, you got it held up?
Yep.
Okay. Kinda, huh?
Yeah. Good enough.
All right, we slide over here. We slide on over here, Dad. Ow. I can't see them, dude. I can't see them. Oh, let me get up here. The strain pan's right there, dude. Okay, you got the back too?
No.
I guess if we lose it, we're gonna lose it, huh? Hey, at least one good thing, man. I got the drain pan. If I drop the bolt, it won't go down in the oil. That's the bonus. There's one. Now, before I did start breaking that pan loose, I did make sure that all 4 bolts were loose. I didn't want to have to fight the back ones while I was, you know, holding the front of the pan. That didn't seem like that was going to be too good of an idea. All right, that's both the back. We got the pan. I'm gonna slide back to the front.
Okay.
And I gotta slide this pan over a little bit, just in case, man. All right. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Some still got it back there?
That's what it's acting like. Let it fall down.
Okay, there you go. Let it run.
See, that fluid don't look so dark right here coming through that light, but man, I mean, it's not, it's not the prettiest. Let me put it to you like that.
Just sitting there.
All right, we're just gonna let it sit here and drain, man.
Well, that's cool. It's coming out one corner.
That's pretty, that's a lot of fluid. But I know when I was sucking it out, it looked brown, man. That looks kind of red there. It's not real bad. Not as bad as I thought. So we got the pan drop. I'm gonna have to tell you, man, even though I sucked out 4 quarts, dude, we probably lost another almost 10 quarts of oil. Maybe like 8. So I got my little oil filter wrench here. We're gonna pull this off before we start moving these pans around and putting rags. Oh, DIY dad got it all over his glove, man. So, I mean, before it's all said and done, it looks like we're probably gonna lose close to 10 quarts of transmission fluid just to do the transmission filters. Then we gotta pull our valve body off here, get our shift solenoid, which is right up here, clean our gasket material up. I'm not putting any RTV, man. It says do not use RTV. It's got that gasket. The filter kit came with it. And there it is, man. Here you go, Dad. Whoa.
Damn, that opened the vent.
Yeah. So that's something to note, man. Once you pull this filter off, this one will start draining out again. Jeez Louise, that's a lot. I gotta keep that. I'm not a big, I don't want to change a bunch of this fluid out and cause myself to have issues. I understand I'm gonna have to probably replace a quart, maybe two, but the more the merrier I can keep, you know what I mean? I'd rather not have that issue. So we got the filters off. Now, this is your filter bolt. It goes right here on the back right there, right? And it's right above your exhaust. So if you don't take your exhaust out and you don't have the proper ratchet, so this is what I did. Let me set this camera down. So I took, it's a T25 Torx bit for this. And then where did I put it? I got a 1/4 inch wrench right here. So I got a 1/4 inch wrench and I put it, now you're gonna have to hold it, the bit on there. It's like this, but you want to put your wrench as close as you can to the bolt and still have a bite on it so you can break it loose. And it worked. So I had to throw that in, man, because I found out that what I had wasn't gonna work and it didn't give me enough room in between my exhaust and my bolt. But now that it's out, we got 6 8mm. We'll pull this valve body. We'll get ready to rip this shift solenoid out of here, get it replaced, get the fluid put back in it, and so on and so forth. So we got them eights broke loose, man. We're gonna rip them out of here. We're gonna get this valve body off of here, so on and so forth. Like I stated, it's only 6. We're gonna keep these drain pans right here. We're just not sure what's gonna come out of this once this comes down. Wow, they're long-winded jokers too. Once again, another fine thread. They use that, my personal opinion, more threads per inch. Better holding power, in my opinion.
Okay, we got something gonna break loose here. Got them all out here.
Yeah, I don't know if this thing's just up there. You know me, Dad, I'm not a transmission guy whatsoever.
Okay, well,
I'm just never afraid to get into something new.
Okay.
Is it coming down?
Yep.
Okay. Do you got that back bolt out?
Yeah, I got this one back here.
All right, it does look like we're gonna lose a little bit of fluid here, guys. That's why we kept our pan here. All right, hold up on it, Dad. We're gonna let's keep the pressure off of this.
It's gonna be a big unit coming out of here.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a solid piece.
It don't feel too bad weight-wise.
Right. All right.
Okay, is that it?
That's it, bud. Here we go. Hold on. All right, hold on, guys. We're jumping the gun over here. If I'm not mistaken, which I think I am at this point, I have to pull, I gotta unplug that shift solenoid because it's gonna come out with it, I believe. Like I just stated, I'm not a transmission guy, but we are getting into it because I'm not gonna pay somebody $1,000 to do something I'm pretty sure I know how to do. Okay, man, we got it, dude. Here's the valve body and shift solenoid. So, when you drop it out of your transmission, you're gonna be looking at this side of it. Now, I put a black line on all the bolts we gotta take out. They're T25s. But I put a black line on there. I matched them up with the new solenoid here to make sure that we're taking out the right one. So we're gonna keep it rolling. Here's that pan. We'll clean that up and show you what's in the bottom of that later. But let's get it going right now. We got them all broke loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. So we got them broke loose. We're just gonna run them out of here real quick. Like I stated, they're a T25 Torx bit. And save your hardware. Don't strip them out, man. You need to reuse these. So to the best of my knowledge, we're gonna pull these out and that thing should drop right off of there. And then we gotta kind of clean this up a little bit and get ready to go back with it. The battery on my camera is getting ready to die, but we're gonna take a small little intermission, go get something to eat real quick, and then when we get back, well, camera will be charged, the video will commence. And if you don't know which bolts to take out, guys, the way I did it, I just looked at my new shift solenoid and just matched the bolts up with that. Just a few more. I know one thing, fellas, there is plenty of them in here. And they're all fine thread. Look like about 1.5 inches in length. But we should be getting close to separating the two. And then we should be in pretty good shape. That should have been the last one there, guys. Let's flip this thing over and see. Oh, there it is. Look, that thing came off super simple. So I want to flip it over. Take a look. I mean, look. I'm telling you right now, man, whoever had this truck, I mean, just absolutely destroyed this transmission. So it's separated. We got it all. Me and my pops got to go get something to eat, dude. We're starving. I'm going to charge this camera up. When we get back, we're going to clean everything up. We're going to start going back with it, fellas. Got that new one bolted up. Now, I couldn't find a torque setting for these back bolts. So what I did was a star pattern from the center out, right? Let me flip this thing back over here. Just be gentle with it. Oh, so I started at the center, your center bolts, and worked my way out, right? To around the whole thing, and then I went across it and made sure they were seated real well. Now, the camera is about to die, so me and my dad's gonna get out here. We're gonna throw it back under the truck, bolt everything back up. Man, if you wanna do it, man, and just everything that I went through to take it out, go back with it in the same order, just backwards. So, let's get out. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna get this thing installed. And before I end this video, man, we're gonna show you the pan once we clean it out and what came off the magnet over there. And then we'll top it off and see, well, how it works, man. Here we go, man. We're gonna slide this valve body back up in there. New shift solenoid, the whole 9 yards. And here we go. Now, one thing we do gotta make sure is that that shift cable lines up with that hook in there.
Really? Looks like it's hanging on your side.
That's why I'm putting that.
It's a seal.
Yeah, I think it's that plug, you're right.
It's that plug seal.
Unless it's that.
Now, the shifter pin should line up.
Yeah, but I definitely want to make sure, you know what I mean? Jelly bean?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this back out. We're going to try this again.
We're bottomed out.
On the back side here, yeah.
You're on your side?
Yeah,
you're
drop it down.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. Where is that hook? Where's that hook?
Right there.
Can you see it from this side?
It's got to. If it does not line up, it will not go up.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
Okay, we got to be engaged in it. It wouldn't go up. We just got to get that plug. Is there any chance of seeing it from the top?
No. That's definitely not looking good.
Let me see.
I don't know if it's that seal or not. That thing feels pretty solid, Dan.
It's not going to come down. It's got to be the way that seal's in there.
You think, man? I don't want to strip none of these bolts out.
Nah, it ain't no strip no bolts out. Okay, I've got two start.
I got one there. I've got one here.
But can we be assured
That
that
ship
we
link.
tighten it down, that seal's gonna
Exactly.
go up in that hole? I'm not worried about that shifter. That pin's got to go in there.
I mean, that's
It
not.
has no choice.
That's almost flush, but that's not flush.
But see, I
man.
feel it's something soft.
Something soft, but I still got an 1/8 gap over here, bud.
Yeah, I know. You got to get that seal in there.
Man, that's gonna be etchy.
See, I've got these landed. This side's
I just
down.
want to make sure that that linkage is in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's in there.
That's my biggest
It's gotta
deal.
be. We didn't move nothing.
True. We got it buttoned up, so one thing to note is your new O-ring will be a little bit stiff, but make sure that you're in your fork back here in the back. Don't force it. If you put it in there and run it up a little bit and it feels like it's binding before it bottoms out, you need to take it out and check that, which that's what we did. Now that it's bottomed out, it's bolted back up. We're going over all the bolts. And one side note, man, this whole job can be done with a 1/4" ratchet. This stuff is not real tight. So with that, now we're gonna put our filters on, clean all this up a little bit, get that gasket surface clean, and then we gotta get the filters, the pan on, put some fluid in it, and see if our problem is fixed. Man, we're going back with the new filters now. One thing to note, make sure you pop this O-ring out right here and replace it. It comes with a new one. And then don't forget to put your bolt in there. So with that, we're trying to get it buttoned up and see if this problem is solved. But another thing to note, I gave you the tip with the big flat filter. With this spin on, you have to make sure this stud is tight, man, down in here before you put it on right here at the bottom where it meets. So it's on the instructions, read it. If not, refer to my video, but make sure this is tight and then put it on the truck. Here's the pan, man. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the rag's not coming that dirty wiping it out. Here's the magnet right here. So, man, I'm not really gonna say that's too bad. It's got a chunk of something right there. Looks like a piece of material. I think it's somebody used gasket material on this. They didn't use a gasket like it comes with, probably leaking. But this ain't so bad, man. So we're gonna clean all this up. And then we're gonna button all this up, which I probably told y'all at least 6 times already. And then we're gonna fill it up, put it back in gear, see what we got, man. I am using the same fluid I took out. I know it looked bad. It didn't look very healthy, but I really do believe that if I change it, it's gonna cause more problems. So y'all stick around. The end of the video is coming soon. Let's get this buttoned up. Man, I have to show y'all, dude, this is not it. Look at all this. Gasket maker, some Permatex, dude. Came off of all this. All these grooves were filled in. right? So I don't know if they couldn't get the pan to stop leaking or what it was. We're going back with the gasket and we're gonna get it up there good. We clean this off. We got a little bit here. We'll get it taken care of, wipe it all back out. Then we're gonna go back at it. Man, I had to let y'all know, dude, we've been out here 45 minutes trying to clean this off of here. If you don't have to do this, do not do this, man. It's not it. We're going with the gasket, which is the proper way. So what we did is we took our screws, and instead of pushing them through, we threaded them in there, right? So it'll hold that gasket nice and flat. We can get it up there, get it started. And at that point, we know that the gasket laid on there flat. It didn't roll or pinch or anything crazy like that. So we're going back with it, man. Okay, guys, we're going back with it, man. Finally, we got the gasket surface clean. We're cleaning it on the truck. New filter, another new filter. This is your intercooler filter here. So far, so good with this one. Be careful, man. It's plastic threads. So we just got it in there as tight as we could, and we left it, and that's good. And then this bolt back here, make sure you get it good, and then we're going with it, man.
Slide the pan, watch your curb screws.
Oh, we got to take this one out, Dad.
Okay. Just don't drop in the fluid. Let's move this. We don't need this here.
Where my hand on? I see it. I see it. I see it. All right, we got it cleared now. We're cleared now. Nice and steady, huh?
All right, let's see that one screw you took out.
Right there.
Just to make sure this gasket don't.
I got the pan.
Okay. I want to
Need
check
this
this
socket.
gasket.
I'm gonna need one of them extensions also.
Yeah, I do too. I can't get it up.
The extensions are right there. Here's the.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the camera.
Oh man.
That's all right there. We're gonna reposition, man. We're trying to get this up here. I'm trying to kind of give y'all some real time.
Where's that rag?
There it is. There it is, way out.
Yeah, we're dealing with training fluid. Everything's slippery.
Man, we're gonna finish bolting this thing up. Dad, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. What are we hitting on here?
Exactly.
What do we got going down around here? There goes. There goes. So there it is, man. We're tightening up the last of the pan bolts, but I wanted to show you. As soon as old DIY dad moves his hand, that plastic bag on the exhaust. Look at that, man. Very minimum. It's not all coated all the way across. So that's a really good idea. So we're about to get up there, start putting some fluid in it, the old fluid. We just sucked it back out, put it right back in the truck. Now we checked the fluid and we're at full, which you know once we start it, the filters are filled, and then that'll be that. So you see the power, and I wanted to take y'all with me. We're gonna do this first start right now. So here we go, dude. And I ain't showed y'all that in a while, but there's the mileage. 174, 163. So like I stated earlier, man, the check engine light will have been cleared because I took the battery off because I unplugged the solenoid. But with all this, man, here it is. And it's up and it's going. So we're gonna let it sit here and idle for a minute, and then we're gonna put it in gear, see what it does. But man, while it's sitting here and it's kind of warming up a little bit before we put it in gear, so it's taking me and my dad about 5 hours, 5.5 hours. But man, you could probably do it in about 2, maybe 3 hours. I just enjoy spending time with my dad. So every moment I get to spend is a good moment, and it's a beautiful day out here. So I've been enjoying myself. And tomorrow, so for tomorrow's video, man, we're going to the salvage yard with my brother-in-law. So that's what we're gonna check out tomorrow. But let's see, he's checking the oil right now. We ready to put it in gear? All right, man, here we go. I'm even gonna show you. We're gonna drop it into gear. It's in gear, guys. and it's in reverse. So, well, with that, it's working, man. So let me get the rest of this buttoned up. We're going for the first ride around the apartment complex. We're gonna see what it does, man. So far, let's see. There's second. That was nice. That actually shifted real nice. Plus, I'm also curious on how the MDS acts, because man, it was like blah, 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 blah. It was making the truck sound like that, because I'm guessing that, you know, it was having a hard time finding its gear. And that could have been a shift solenoid problem too. Now, one more thing I want to touch bases on. I never seen a transmission temperature sensor on the inside of that transmission. So if somebody knows exactly where it's at, that's what's up, man. I couldn't find it. So we're gonna finish this ride real quick, and then we're gonna take it out on the freeway and do another test ride, and we should be good to go. Here we go, guys. First ride, man. Gotta get that trans temp up 180 degrees to make sure it's still full and hot. And I figured driving is gonna be the best bet. So we're taking it for a ride. I know one thing, my transmission temperature is not working at the moment. I don't really know why that is.
You're not getting no temperature on it?
No, it's not. It's just staying at 104. All right, man, we're gonna hit this feeder, see what it does, and then we're gonna end this video in a minute. Here we go. First, second, third, fourth. Man, that felt really good, y'all. Well, that's awesome. Everything but the trans temp's not working. Well, guys, that's it, man. I'll let y'all know if the shift solenoid starts acting up on me, or if I get another P2706, or if the problem's solved now. Right now, it seems to be shifting good, so that's what's up. My transmission temperature sensor isn't working, or my transmission temperature isn't working, and I really don't know where it's at. So I'll do a little more homework on that, see what we got to do. I didn't see one inside the transmission, so that's what's up, man. Okay, guys, we made it back, man. So the transmission shifts better, which is a good thing. Now, excuse me, the transmission temperature sensor did start working correctly. It's going up. I guess it just took a couple of minutes to kind of reset since I had the battery disconnected. But with all that, man, that's how you change out your filters and your transmission shift solenoid in your 09 Ram 1500 with the 545 RFE. Not that big of a deal. Me and my dad like to hang out. That's why it took us about 6 hours to do it. But hey, it is what it is, man. So with all that, dude, keep living the dream, doing your thing. Like and subscribe, and hit me up with a comment.